What is up, guys? Gronk here with Game 1 of my Detroit Lions Connected Careers mode. I simulated the first season to get to the 2013 season so we could kind of preview the upcoming NFL season. I tried to keep the offseason fairly realistic, but I can't control what the computer does. Here you see the Vikings signed Vince Young, and he is their starting quarterback. In real life, Vince Young is not even on an NFL roster, so I found that really interesting. But before I have a lot to talk about before I do. The first play of this game would really prove how this game would go. Here you see Vince Young, hands off to Peterson, and right off the bat, Peterson gets 11 yards. The NFL MVP from the 2012 season, coming back from a brutal, I think it was ACL injury and MCL. Peterson got really hurt, and he came back and dominated the NFL. And the Vikings would run a lot in this game, and I know that's what they do in real life. Here you see Peterson it's like real life. He just breaks out of a bunch of tackles and gets a lot of yards. So it was actually really realistic. The Vikings do not pass that much in real life, especially when Christian Ponder's not active. I was about to say when Ponder's not playing. I guess that makes sense too. But if you guys watched the NFL playoffs, Joe Webb substituted for Christian Ponder as Ponder got hurt, and the Packers just destroyed the Vikings in the wild card round. But anyway, just talking about the Lions in real life. The Lions re-signed Matt Stafford to a huge extension, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to say that Stafford hasn't earned it, but playoff wins should be what really determine if a quarterback gets paid. I mean, Joe Flacco of my Baltimore Ravens got paid a lot of money, but he just won the Super Bowl. Stafford I don't think he has a playoff win. The Lions made the playoffs in 2011, and in 2012 they went 4-12. So I don't think Stafford really deserved a big payday just yet. I think they should have waited. But the Lions signed Matt Stafford to a huge extension, so let's see how Stafford does this upcoming season. Calvin Johnson Jr., Stafford's number one option at wide receiver. He's just a beast. Megatron, he broke Jerry Rice's receiving record. This Megatron, Calvin Johnson, a very good player. One of the best, probably one of, if not the best receivers in the NFL, and just one of the best players in the NFL, in my opinion at least. And Reggie Bush, the Detroit Lions signed at running back to improve the running game. They released Javid Best after they signed Reggie Bush. I think that marks the end of Javid Best's career because he had problems with concussions. But Reggie Bush is a talented player, but he's injury prone. I watched a few Dolphins games when Peterson was untouched in the end zone. Nice touchdown by AP. But Bush, I don't know. He's good but injury prone. Like when he's not hurt, he's a good player, but when he gets hurt often. So I did watch a few Dolphins games this season, and he has, I don't want to say potential because he's shown ability, but he does get hurt a lot. But my predictions for the Detroit Lions this season, I think with the addition of Reggie Bush, they should be better than 4-12. I'm not sure if they'll return to the postseason. Their defense just doesn't. No one really stands out to me. And Ndamukong Suh is a good player, but otherwise they don't have too much going for them on defense. I mean, Stephen Tolick, Nick Fairley has potential. I think they signed Glover Quinn at safety, but other than that, I really don't think their defense is top notch. And when you're facing teams like the Packers of Aaron Rodgers and the Chicago Bears, which have Jay Cutler and Matt Forte at the passing and running games respectively, I think you need a good defense. And the Lions haven't shown a good defense, so I don't know if they'll make the playoffs or not. It'll be interesting to see. So NFL training camps start this upcoming week, and so I'll definitely be covering those extensively. I'll be doing some training camp preview videos. I'm definitely doing a training camp preview video for my Baltimore Ravens, covering their off-season, their draft picks, and storylines for the upcoming NFL season. Obviously, the Ravens lost a lot of players, so I'll definitely be covering that. Otherwise, I might do a Washington Redskins training camp preview, doing the same, covering their offseason, as well as the Minnesota Vikings, because I like both of those teams. And other than that, I'll just be covering NFL, like just news that sticks out to me, storylines like quarterback battles. I mean, the Jets have Geno Smith versus Mark Sanchez. Many people expect Mark Sanchez to become the starter. I'll give my prediction on that as training camp progresses. The Buffalo Bills, they have E.J. Manuel, the rookie, versus Kevin Kolb, the veteran. I'll give my prediction on that. And the Philadelphia Eagles have Nick Foles, Michael Vick, and some people might think that Matt Barkley could win their quarterback battle. I'll also talk about that. But injuries, any news, trades, free agent signings, I'll talk about here on my channel. But so you guys were great in leaving me some comments on my last basketball video saying what team you want me to be for NBA 2K13 Association, which I'm restarting. I'm down to the Timberwolves, Lakers, and Wizards because that's what you guys commented. And I'm really I don't know what to decide. You see Reggie Bush wide open field and gets caught at the 6-yard line. But I really can't decide. But they all have pretty good storylines. I mean, the Lakers have aging Kobe Bryant. They lost Dwight Howard. And other than that, not too much going for them. They're a pretty good team, but otherwise, they do need help. The Wizards, I think that they are a rebuilding team. Other than John Wall, they don't really have anything going for them. And the Timberwolves are a pretty good team. I'm not too familiar with them, so that'd be a new experience for me because I really don't know the team. So let me know, guys, the Timberwolves, the Lakers, or the Wizards, which one do you want me to be for NBA 2K13 Association? I'll try to do the off-season rosters, like at least the major free agent signings. I don't know if I can get them to be exact, and I'll use a real-life draft class to make it realistic. And even though it's only late July, and Madden 25 is right around the corner, so let me know what team you want me to be for Madden 25 Connected Franchise. I will be doing multiple versions of Connected Franchise. I'll be doing an owner mode series, a coach mode series, and a player mode series. And at least for one of them, I do really want to be the Baltimore Ravens because they're my favorite team. But let me know what team you want me to be for Connected Franchise, either owner mode or coach mode, and I'll probably create Colin Gronk, my Road to Glory player, for the player version of Connected Franchise. Well, definitely comment, guys, what team you want to be for Connected Franchise in Madden 25. For the upcoming week, I'll be starting my Michigan State Dynasty for NCAA 14. One of my subscribers asked me to be Michigan State. I'm not a fan of them, but my subscriber commented that he wanted me to be Michigan State, so I will be Michigan State in my Dynasty. There's Dennis Pitta making a very close catch. Pitta, one of my favorite players, because he is on my Baltimore Ravens, and I think he's talented regardless. Otherwise, I recorded my introduction video for Max Boogie's online Dynasty for NCAA. As I said in my last video, definitely go check him out. His username is MaxBoogieWS. He's a great guy. He does some NCAA videos, Madden and NBA. His channel is pretty similar to mine, at least in terms of the content. I mean, we both do NBA, NCAA, and Madden. But definitely go check him out. A very cool guy. He's good at editing videos. And I joined his online Dynasty, and I recorded the introduction video for that, like me creating my coach for that, and I recorded my first game in that Dynasty, which is a very good game. So those will be up, if not tomorrow, just in the next few days. Here I get a field goal, taking the lead by 3. I'll try to do my usual WWE Raw Universe Mode video tomorrow with a Raw preview, and then I'll do part 2 or 3 for Raw on Tuesday, reviewing Raw, and I still need to get part 2 for my WCW Universe Mode episode out. That should be up either later today or early tomorrow. And guys, this video is 16 minutes long, which is which is actually good for me, because if you remember early on, I uploaded my first preseason game for Madden, this Lions series, and it was I think I couldn't really trim that down too well. I definitely couldn't trim it down. I think I maybe started it later, ended it earlier, but this video I was able to take highlights from it. I was able to actually trim the video down to 16 minutes or so, which is about the average length for Madden videos on YouTube. So I was very happy about that. That's all thanks to Sony Vegas, a very great program. I don't know too much about it yet, but I am starting to get used to it and know how to use it. So it's a great program, great for editing, great for trimming it down, and as I said, I got the HD PVR. This video is one of my last videos on the Roxio, if not the last video. In fact, I'm going to check that out right now. Let's go to my Sony Vegas. I have this video, for the Lions, this Lions video, and the Max Boogie Online Dynasty introduction video, and other than that, I'm done with Roxio, guys. The rest of my videos will be recorded from the HD PVR too, so that's very exciting for me. It's going to make my videos a lot better. As you can see, the footage here is kind of blurry because for some reason the Roxio, well, it definitely stands out here, but the Roxio quality is not the best. The HD PVR is a lot better, but I don't know, something about the Roxio video it doesn't really transfer over well to the Sony Vegas. I mean, if you saw my Universe Mode video for WCW the other day, that we kind of recorded in slow motion, and it kind of played in slow motion. in Sony Vegas, and I don't know if that's Roxy's fault or not, but here you see the Vikings are going to kick a field goal. And actually, their backup quarterback, the Vikings didn't want Ponder to play for them so much in this Connected Careers that they signed Vince Young to start for them, and they drafted a quarterback. So Christian Ponder is their third-string quarterback, and when in real life the Vikings signed Matt Castle, and Megatron almost getting in for a touchdown. But in real life they signed Matt Castle, who should be the backup. I don't think there's any position battle there. And so Ponder looks to be the starter in real life for the Vikings. But that's about it, guys. I mean, it carried me almost most of the way through this video. So I'll get the gameplay here. Calvin Johnson almost making a spectacular catch for a touchdown, but it was not in bounds. So here you see Stafford drops back to pass and incomplete, nearly intercepted. So trying to get into the red zone here, and Calvin Johnson makes the catch in traffic and holds on for the touchdown. His first touchdown on the season, and Matt Stafford's first touchdown throw on the season. And the Vikings offense really couldn't do that much. I mean, they got a lot of running yards of Adrian Peterson, but it didn't result in too many points. So I didn't really show too much of their offense early on because there was nothing really to show. And we're already in the fourth quarter here. Lions up by a touchdown. And Bush goes absolutely nowhere. Sometimes my offensive line just didn't block at all. So that's pretty realistic, though. The Lions do not have the best offensive line. I mean, that may be... There's Baca, my rookie wide receiver, getting a nice play. And this is... What? Oh, no. Matt Stafford's hurt, guys. Oh, he's getting up slowly. Matt Stafford looks really hurt. They're sending the trainers on the field. Matt Stafford is injured. So Sean Hill, the backup quarterback, coming in here to fill in for the injured Matt Stafford. I hope the injury isn't too serious. We'll have an update on that in a minute. Reggie Bush gets hit hard. He manages to get up. But Matt Stafford is injured. Not good for the Lions. Not good for me and my chances of winning this game. And Hill gets sacked, and the offensive line not doing so well. So Matt Stafford has broken ribs, guys. That's not a serious injury, but he's probably going to be out for a few weeks. He's definitely out for the rest of this game. So this game is in Sean Hill's hands, at least on the offensive portion. No blocking again. Reggie Bush stopped for a loss. I drafted a kicker, guys. He's done well so far. His name's... I forget his first name. It's Frazier, and he makes a nice field goal. I mean, not really displaying his power. He doesn't have the most strong leg, but he is pretty accurate. Here's Pearson again, and almost breaks free, but we wrap him up there. He's already over 100 yards, well over actually 136 yards in the fourth quarter. But the Vikings did run a lot, and that's pretty realistic, as I said. So, but here you see he breaks out again. Peterson's free, and we do manage to somewhat wrap him up again. But we're up by 10 here in the last few minutes of the fourth quarter. Just trying to hold on to the lead. So Matt Stafford's hurt, so the offense won't do too much. And Junior Galletti with his second sack. I don't know if that's pronounced right. Gillette? I don't know. He was one of our free agent signings at defensive end. He has 2 sacks in this game. The Vikings offensive line not blocking too well for Vince Young, which makes it hard to succeed at the quarterback position. And here, so we start to contain Peterson a little bit, but he did burn us for a lot of yards, so... And as I said, Pearson, the MVP in the NFL this past season, so it's realistic that he would destroy the Lions' defense. Because as I said in the beginning of this video, the Lions do not have the best defense. But here you see the safeties are blitzing, I think, and they are. And there you see, I think that's Melvin Bullitt, another free agent signing at safety, getting a sack on Vince Young. So we got a lot of sacks, or dealt with a lot of sacks, and just constant pressure on Vince Young, and not allowing him to have too much success in the passing game. And here he gets sacked on 4th down. I would not have gone on it for it there. They were on my 30-yard line. It was like 4th and 23 or something, and they went for it and got sacked. So now we're in scoring position, at least for another field goal. Bush gets a little blocking and gets 4 yards, and we need to get a first down to really guarantee us a win here. We need to get a first down, guys, otherwise we give the Vikings the ball back, which could mean the Vikings have a chance of coming back. Here you see Bush gets stopped after a few-yard gain. Looks like a 4-yard gain. There's Jared Allen, one of the best players on the Vikings defense. I have game 2 recorded of this series, guys, and Bush gets stopped for no gain. Now we have to settle for a field goal. There's Allen again. They're focusing on the cameras on him. Frazier makes another field goal. I think that's his 3rd field goal. He missed 1 field goal. I didn't show that, just the way the video editing wound up, but he did miss 1 field goal. So 3 for 4, not bad. First game as a rookie in the NFL for a kicker. You would hope they wouldn't miss it all, but we are winning by 13, so the Vikings need 2 touchdowns to beat us. So it's 4th and 7, not the most intelligent pass decision there for Vince Young. I think there was a rumor a while back that he had a workout and the Raiders were interested, but here you go, the receiver has space, but he drops the ball on 4th down. That spells the end of this one, guys. That's the ball game. Lions win 23-10. Matt Stafford is injured. I don't know how seriously he has broken ribs, but the Lions win 23-10. Sean Hill didn't do too much. He could have played worse. I mean, he didn't do anything bad, really, but definitely not good for the Lions. That's when we kneel the ball down and wrap this one up. So next week, we face the Raiders again at home. The Raiders, not one of the best teams in the NFL, probably one of the worst teams, actually. But starting to pile up injuries, Mike Thomas, Stephen Peterman, and Matt Stafford all injured. Stafford, broken ribs, out for 4 weeks. That is not good here. I look at the free agents, trying to see if I could sign a quarterback. There's Donovan McNabb, Jason Campbell, Derek Anderson, Tavares Jackson, and Byron Leftwich, among others, and nobody really jumped out at me, so I decided I'm going to be rolling with Sean Hill. But thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Take care. Bye.